isn't exclusive to NWA.
We didn't mention that. That's what Nick Aldis came out and said. He had a YouTube video saying that he knows who his partner is going to be. He won't expose it until the pay-per-view, but he can say that his partner has just signed an exclusive deal to NWA. Now, that could mean somebody who isn't in NWA who just signed on, but remember, I think there's only like 3 people who are exclusive in NWA. So that could easily be somebody who's been wrestling in NWA for quite a while and is just now buckling down and committing.
Yeah, it'll be really interesting to see how that plans out. I just know I want to see David Arquette versus Green Arrow in an AEW ring.
Green Arrow.
Why not?
Why not?
It'd be a good one.
It's a great one. So what do you got, Paystee?
Oh, boy. Them boys. I always got to pick the Briscoes.
In a tag match, it's hard to go against the Briscoes, honestly.
Especially if Nick Aldis is tagging with somebody who he doesn't normally tag with. It's like, well, the Briscoes are going to hand you your ass then.
That is true. Just to do it, I'm going to go with Team NWA just because we don't even know who it's going to be. Maybe it's Mama Briscoe.
It's Hulk Hogan.
Maybe Mama Briscoe. So maybe Hulk Hogan's thermos. It's Hulk Hogan's thermos. Let me tell you something, brother. Terry Bollea's penis isn't much, but Hulk Hogan's penis is teaming with NWA World Heavyweight Champion Nick Aldis to take on the Briscoes. I hope like hell that Hulk Hogan has his pubes shaved in a Fu Manchu. It would bother me if it wasn't.
Yeah, the carpet should match the drapes, right?
Right there.
And he's got to have some black pubes and some blonde ones, too.
Well, yeah, he's got to have it black around the sides and then the blonde Fu Manchu.
He doesn't shave it clean. He just, like, or trims it down, and that's all black and short.
Or he could just do it like he does with his face and just fucking paint it on.
There you go.
Why not?
Why don't more people do that?
Why don't more people...
My beard is such a light color. Some days I'm like, I wish I could just black grease my beard to make it look better.
Just put grease on it. Just straight out of the car. Why is your beard green? I used grease.
It just reaches under the car. Rubs it up.
I thought Grease was black. I watched Grease the movie and his hair was black.
Grease lightning.
You son of a bitch, it's pink.
I know. I know for a fact Nick Aldis is going to bring the fight to the Briscoes, though, so this is going to be a hell of a match either way. Nick
Aldis, the former Magnus, the current husband of Mickie James, he always puts on a good match. I like him. He is very undersold in the pro wrestling community, I think. I don't think he gets enough due. When he was in Impact,
his partner's gonna
when
be
he's
Joey
in
Ryan.
NWA, anywhere. I thought about that, but with his whole spiel about being independent, I couldn't see him. Right. I couldn't see him buckling down to NWA. I could see him buckling down to MLW, to Impact, to AEW, of course. I couldn't see him buckling down to NWA. No offense to NWA, but they are at the bottom of that list.
It would be very interesting to see him team up with Aldis versus the Briscoes. That match would be so all over the place.
It would be different.
I would almost say maybe it wouldn't even be good.
You don't know. You don't know how styles will mesh.
Right.
And we actually have that case coming up in the next match, Paystee. This is just a single one-on-one match, but we have Dalton Castle, who you and I both love and respect, taking on Dragon Lee, who, of course, has super busted out lately and has been making a name for himself in every promotion that'll put him on there. And he's always talked about after every show.
Yes, he is. There's one problem, though. He's not Dalton Castle.
He's not Dalton Castle. He doesn't have the boys. And with that being said, Paystee,
I hate that Ring of Honor has the boys and them boys. God damn it.
They should be in a match against it. What if them boys took the boys? Made them work on
Marty
their chicken
Scurll
farm.
needs to change the villain Enterprises. He needs to just call Brody King and PCO those boys.
Those
or
boys.
My boys.
Them boys, the boys,
some
those boys, some boys, villainous boys, boys in the hood, boys to men.
That's the new LAX
boys meets
tag
world.
team. Boys in the hood.
I'm picking Dalton Castle. This should be a fun match, but I'm picking Castle. I love him.
I love him so much too. I'd also love to see him lose a bunch of Ring of Honor and get sick of being there and go to AEW, but I like that he gives me a good. I know, and he gives me a good reason to watch Ring of Honor.
Yeah,
and he's good there. I can't help but salivate over the wrestlers I want to see in AEW. It's something it's always going to be a thing. It's just going to be like what we used to be like with WWE. I can't wait to see this guy in WWE. Now it's like, please, for the love of fucking God, stay away from that fucking black hole of a company.
But I'm always taken back to like WCW and Impact, who used to have some of the best rosters of all time. But when you have that many, especially WCW in their heyday, they had so many great wrestlers. Actually, WWE has this exact same problem now, but they're also not writing well. But it's that you have so many great wrestlers. It's like you have to job some of them out. Some of them have to be mid-carders. Not everybody can be your heavyweight champion, and not everybody can be in the main event.
I read somewhere that WWE employs almost 200 superstars. There ain't 200 superstars seeing the light of day in the ring by any means.
No, and that's including all shows.
Yeah. Even. I mean, I'm sure that probably... I don't know if that counts, because I guess you got to get a contract before you go on Ring of Honor and shit. So the people in the PC wouldn't even count towards that total. I would assume not.
I would assume they would. Performers?
Yeah. Well, I mean, I don't know, because if they're not on TV, though, they wouldn't have a TV contract yet. So I don't know if they would be. I don't know.
But they're contracted performers.
It's just crazy to think that they've got a 200-ish person roster. Why the fuck do you need that many people when you got two weekly shows?
Because they can afford it. And because they have more than 2 weekly shows. But it just goes to prove all
you're trying to do is keep these people from going somewhere else.
Yeah, but they've also got 205 Live, and they've got NXT, and they've got house shows, and they got NXT UK, and I mean, and they've got people over in Evolve, and I mean, they've got people.
Yeah.
And obviously, they're not using them all to their full potential.
Yeah,
it is actually.
Okay, good.
I knew what you were saying.
That's good. I'm just gonna do that from now on. I'll allude to it, and then I don't have to say something. You'll be like, "Oh, we'll talk about it later."
Obviously, not everybody can be on TV, but two people that will be on TV are the Ring of Honor Television Champion Shane Taylor, defending his title against another guy who's been making so many waves in the wrestling community in the last year, Bandito.
And I think Bandito wins it. He's the one who's teaming with Lucha Brothers, isn't he?
No, he's not.
No?
Laredo Kid is.
Okay, Bandito did recently, though, didn't he? He was teaming with somebody.
Bandito did, correct,
he did. Okay. I knew I saw him.
Wasn't he in the All-In one where there was like a 5-minute match?
Yeah, the main event thing with Rey Mysterio. Yep. Yeah, it was Mysterio, Bandito, and the Lucha Brothers versus Matt, Nick, and I don't know.
No, it was Bandito, Rey Mysterio, and Phoenix.
Oh yeah, versus Pentagon and
no, Pentagon wasn't in it. It was Matt, Nick, and whoever the third guy was. Was it Omega? No. Whoever the third guy was. Nobody knows what it was.
It doesn't matter. It wasn't AEW anyway.
Doesn't matter.
The thing that sucks is like, who's gonna put out that DVD? You know what I mean? Like when it's time to have All In on DVD.
Oh man, I wanted to bring this up to you, and I've never found the right time. Ring of Honor, obviously, I think owns the rights to it.
That's my understanding of it.
Because they're the ones that produced it through the help of, these guys, Cody and the Bucks put it on, but Ring of Honor produced it. Mm-hmm. So it's like, somebody's going to have to either sell or rent the rights out.
It's basically Ring of Honor and New Japan because they had the streaming rights for it. You watched it on Honor Club or New Japan streaming service.
Correct, but New Japan just bought the rights to stream it.
Right.
Ring of Honor actually, produced it. So I'm glad you brought that up because I've never had a good time to bring that up. And if there was a good time, I didn't think about it.
I think they should do the high road and sell it back to AEW for an insane amount of money.
I think that would be smart.
I'm sure they'll pay anything for it. A few million.
Or how about this? They sell it to AEW with the right to still use it on their DVDs.
There you go.
So AEW, you pay this amount. You can put it on anything you want and show it whenever you want. but we can also put it on whatever we want, whenever we want. And it cross-promotes both companies.
Yes. I won't say All In was the spark, but it was definitely the fuse.
Yeah,
I would say it was the
fuse.
spark. Yeah.
I would call it the spark. And then the kaboom would have been Double or Nothing.
I don't know.
Who knows?
The kaboom doesn't come till All Out, baby.
The kaboom might not even happen until, 2020. I don't know. With that being said,
I do have clarification from the other week too. Fyter Fest is teaming with CEO Gaming Convention or whatever. So that's where the gaming aspect comes from. CEO.
Yeah, I know that.
Okay.
We talked about this, you and I. The guy who's in the fucking pre-show is the head of CEO. Yep. He's in a hardcore match. Yeah, we talked about that. I just didn't know that there's any gaming involved in Fyter Fest. Like I said, as far as I knew, they were just kind of using that event as a venue for them to put on the show.
Yes.
I didn't know that there was any gaming involved. Yeah, we know it's taking place there. Because he's in the pre-show match that
I just know the last time we talked about it on the show, it wasn't clarified as to what gaming or why. So I just figured I'd state that.
Yeah, he's taking on Nakazawa in the hardcore match.
It'll be a good one.
It'll be interesting.
Lots of baby oil.
That being said, we got to move on.
Yes, we do.
Wow, we really got to move on.
Ring of Honor World Heavyweight Championship match.
First of all, I want to say Shane Taylor. I'm picking Shane Taylor. So my boy, he's going to keep it. Like you said, Heavyweight Championship match. We got Matt Taven defending the title against Jeff Cobb. Paystee, what do you got?
Cobb.
They're pushing the shit out of Cobb. There's no way he's losing this. I can't see him losing it. Why would he lose it?
No, he wouldn't lose it. Until Skrull beats him for it.
He's getting the title. They really pushed Jeff Cobb. I think
I could really see Skrull taking it off of him.
He's a good one to get behind.
Yeah.
He's kind of just a solid dude. He's solid.
Yes, indeed.
And I think everybody knows, as I've talked about many times, I'm not the biggest Matt Taven fan. I'm sorry. I don't dislike him, but I'm not up in arms.
Hey, not everybody can be your favorite.
They can't.
Except for me.
You are. And another thing that's my favorite is beer and wrestling Paystee. And it would be so awesome if somebody other than local indie promotions would combine the two.
Oh, you mean like Impact Wrestling?
Impact Wrestling would be great, but they're never going to have a wrestling show at a bar.
No, but they might have a bash at the brewery.
Oh, damn.
In fact, here's our predictions. That's right, coming in the first match, we've got a tag match between Rebel and Katie Forbes versus Christy James and Miranda Alize.
Other than Rebel, I'm not going to lie, I'm not very familiar with any of these gals.
Same.
Which is sad, but that's just kind of...
Hey, I mean, bring them up.
I need to get back into... Actually, I watched the last 2 episodes. Actually, yeah, I did watch the last 2 episodes of Impact. So I've been trying to follow Impact because I've heard really good things, and the last 2 episodes are super awesome. I strongly recommend them. I like where they're going. They even have a...
I should really be watching Impact. There's no real reason because it's free streaming on Pluto TV.
Yeah. No, that's all old stuff.
Oh. Well, I should still watch
good.
That anyway.
It's still really good. Yeah. Because I watch it, too. I watch it on Pluto every now and then. They throw old pay-per-views and old Impacts.
I think Ring of Honor pops up on there time to time, too.
But the Rascals they got doing a sort of That 70s Show segment where they have them in a room and they turn to each one and you just see the smoke and you know they're getting stoned but they don't show it and they're giggling. Oh man, it's really good. They're having fun with it. I love what Impact's doing. AEW isn't out yet, so going forward I'm gonna really work on watching MLW and Impact. I should work on NXT, but we'll see where that goes. With that being said, Paystee, I know Rebel. I'm going Rebel and Katie.
Yeah, I barely know Rebel. And so I'm going with Christy James and Miranda Alize. But instead of calling them that, I am going to attempt to fuse together their names in a team name to commemorate their welcome to the Impact world. And their new name is Charanda Jizz.
Not touching.
You're not down with Charanda Jizz?
I'm just not touching.
Charanda Jizz. Or Jize. It could be Jize.
Oh, it's Alizé, so shouldn't it be Jizé?